So, how's the first day on the job? You managing okay?
Is there anything we can do to help you get settled? Do you have any questions?
I just can't believe there are so many letters that can't be delivered.
Yep. Some have the wrong addresses, some have the wrong zip codes, and some even have the wrong town or city name.
Sometimes the letter gets to the right address, but the person doesn't live there anymore. And sometimes it's just a matter of a spelling error.
Whatever the case may be, that's what we collect in this office, undeliverable mail.
So what do we do with them? How do they get where they're supposed to go?
They don't. We have to stamp them all and send them back.
Stamp them? With what?
Return to sender. Didn't they tell you that in your training? That's what we stamp the undeliverable mail with.
I find it absurd that this office even exists. That the Postal Service would need to staff a whole office and hire employees just to send letters back to where they came from.
You know, what we're doing here is actually quite important and meaningful work.
Important? How do you figure? I thought when I was hired as a postal worker, I would be helping letters get from origin to destination, from point A to point B. That's important. Now I'm just returning things right back to where they came from. How could that be meaningful in any way?
You know, I also used to think that return to sender meant undeliverable. As in, we tried to deliver, and we failed. Time to give up. But I've been sorting mail here for a long time. What I discovered over time is that return to sender does not always imply failure. In fact, often it's the goal. In other words, the letter was sent out into the world on a journey, and return to sender was its destination all along.
I don't get it. How could going back to where you came from be the destination of a journey? How could returning to where you came from be where you were always supposed to go?
Let me tell you a story that I think will help you to understand what I'm getting at. About a century ago, there was a man named Mendel who lived in a small town in Ukraine. He was very poor, but also very pious. He lived in a tiny broken down house with his wife and his 2 children. They owned almost nothing but some chairs and a table, which Mendel would sit at each night to learn Torah and pray to God that he would sell enough to feed his family each day.
Thread, fine thread. Buttons, very good buttons, very strong. Cloth for a winter coat. Good morning, good morning. Can I interest you in Ma'am, I have just the...
Mama sent lunch.
Ah, a customer.
Papa.
I'm just joking, Devorah. Come, sit down with me. Here, take half.
Thank you. So, how is it today?
Busy, very busy.
Papa.
Slow, but something will turn. It always does.
You said that yesterday.
And I'll say it tomorrow, because it's true.
Papa, you had that dream again, didn't you?
How'd you know?
You have a face when you've had it, like you're somewhere else.
That same dream, the same bridge over the Danube, the same river, and the same treasure buried underneath. I can see it so clear.
Vienna again?
Vienna again.
That's twice now.
Twice. Oh, good afternoon. Can I interest you in any thread, any buttons, any...
Don't tell Mama yet.
I wasn't planning to.
Mendel had a recurring dream. about a treasure buried under a bridge in Vienna. The dream visited him enough times to make him wonder if God was sending him some sort of a message.
Yaakov, have some bread while it's still hot. The soup will be ready in a few minutes.
Mama, if I had a treasure, I would buy a whole bakery.
Yes, you would.
And I would eat a whole bakery.
Yes, you would do that too. Mendel, you're not eating.
I'm eating.
You're staring.
Razel, I had the same dream again last night.
The dream?
Same dream. The bridge.
Mendel,
Razel, 3 times. The same dream, the same bridge over the Danube, the same river, and the same treasure buried underneath it. It's so clear, I can see it.
it's just a dream, though.
I know it's just a dream.
We can't afford for you to go chasing a dream across Europe.
I know that too.
But when the dream visited him again at night, he knew he could not ignore it any longer. Quietly, while his children were sleeping on the floor of their little one-room apartment, he packed his bag and prepared for the journey.
You're going?
I have to go.
You don't have to go. You want to go.
Razel, 4 times the same dream, over and over. If he sends a man a dream once, maybe it's nothing. Twice, you start paying attention. 3 times and then a 4th, then you go.
And what will we eat while you're paying attention to your dream?
Here. Take this.
But that's everything.
Not everything. I kept some for the road.
What if there's nothing there? What if you walk all the way to Vienna and there's nothing under that bridge?
Then I'll come back.
And if something happens to you on the way?
Razel, something is already happening to me here. Every day I stand at that cart and sell almost nothing and watch you stretch nothing into something. And I think to myself, there just has to be more. God doesn't send a man a dream 4 times for nothing. So I'm not going for an adventure. I'm going because I have to go.
Come back.
I will.
Mendel, the bridge is over the Danube.
Yes.
Keep warm.
He traveled for days, on foot and by horse, when someone was willing to give him a ride. It was a freezing winter, and Mendel slept wherever he could. On a street bench, in a local shul, and even on an occasional doorstep. Finally, after 2 weeks, he arrived in Vienna and went straight to the bridge. Guarded by an armed royal soldier, he worried he would never be able to get to the exact spot where he saw the treasure under the bridge in his dream.
You've come here 3 days in a row, you little man, standing in the same spot, staring. Don't you have anything better to do with your time?
I'll tell you the truth. I had a dream. The same dream so many times. This bridge, about a treasure buried underneath it. So I walked from very far away to get here. It took me weeks.
You're a Jew, of course. You people in your dreams. I had a dream too. You want to hear it? I had a dream that there was a treasure buried under a stove in a tiny dilapidated house in a town called Skvir, Ukraine. It was owned by a poor peddler, a pious Jew like you. His name was Mendel. You think I would walk all the way to Ukraine for some dream? Ridiculous.
And so, Mendel went back to Ukraine, back through the cities and the towns and the villages and the countryside. Mendel made his way home, filled with as much clarity as disbelief.
Please, Hashem, bring him home for this Shabbos.
Papa,
Papa, you're back! Did you find it? Did you find the treasure?
I found it.
You found a treasure in Vienna?
I found it in Vienna, but it isn't in Vienna.
Mendel, what happened?
Razel, I need a shovel.
And? Was it there? Was there a treasure?
There was a treasure, enough for Mendel and his family to live very happily for many years to come.
imagine, he could have lived his entire life sitting on top of a destiny he would never know.
He needed to come back to where he came from.
But to see it in different eyes, a different perspective. Everything he needed was right where he started. He returned, not because he failed, but because that was his destination that he was meant to arrive at all along. Just like these letters.
Well then, let's return these to their senders. Looks like these all came from the same place, Camp Morasha in Lakewood, Pennsylvania. Here goes nothing. Return to sender.
These also are from Camp Morasha. Says Girls Campus. Return to sender.
And these to Boys Campus. Return to sender.
We've got our work cut out for us. About 1,000 of these postcards need to go back to be returned to their senders. With all your help stamping, I estimate that they will get back by Sunday morning, just in time for Shir. Let's keep working, folks.
Anyone want to tell me any reasons we come to camp? Avery.
Because it's fun, because we learn Torah.
We learn Torah, it's fun. Joel.
To make new friends.
Before their first summer at Morasha, did anyone get any advice from anyone about how to have a good summer?
What these cards are is basically advice that you're gonna give to someone else next year.
Everyone is going to get a postcard that says on it,
Dear Morasha camper, summer 2026 is here. Here is the best piece of advice I can give you in order to have a meaningful summer.
My letter said to always have an amazing time at Camp Morasha and use it wisely.
My letter said to make connections with the counselors because you never know when you're going to need someone to just be there with you and have someone by your side.
My letter said to do things that you wouldn't normally do at home and hang out with people who you usually wouldn't.
It's my first summer in camp, and I wrote that for other new kids in camp, you should step out of your comfort zone and have the best time.
you should write your first and last name.
You're all that I need. You're all
letter I wrote to never take an experience like this for granted.
That it's okay to show your feelings to your friends, whether you're happy or sad. I remembered as a younger Nietzsche how the older kids treated me, so I want to make the same impact on everyone.
What I wrote in my letter is that you should always treat others how you want to be treated, because you never know what a good word can mean to someone. Even if camp is hard at the beginning, you're still going to have the best time. My name is Charlie Uretsky, and my letter said to never be late to activities because you don't know what memories you'll be missing out on.
In my letter, I wrote that it doesn't matter how good you are at sports or how many games you win, it just matters that you have good sportsmanship.
My name is Hannah Perkoff, and in my letter it said that you don't need to be the best at everything in camp, and you should just be somebody who everybody wants to be friends with.
Few words make us more uncomfortable than the word change. The moment someone tells us that we need to change something about ourselves, our defenses go up. We instinctively resist, we push back, because to change feels like someone's telling us to become somebody else, someone that isn't truly us. On Leil Tisha B'Av, Wednesday night, we're going to sit on the floor and once again read Megillas Eicha. The first-hand account of Yirmiyahu HaNavi as he describes the destruction of Yerushalayim and of the Beis HaMikdash. Yet remarkably, Eicha does not end with destruction. It ends with hope. It ends with a prayer, a dream, most importantly, a blueprint for how to create better days ahead. It ends with a tefillah so relevant to all of us that we can't help but shout it out together. Hashivenu. The theme of our summer, Hashivenu, Hashem Elecha V'Nashuva. Return us to you, Hashem, and we will be returned. This tefillah of Hashivenu is remarkable. We don't ask Hashem to help us change. We ask Hashem for something much deeper. Bring us back. Return us to you. Return us to our sender, with a capital S. Because each of us has a sender, the one who placed a neshama within us and sent us on our journeys. No two journeys are the same. Each of us in this room have different challenges and different opportunities. But at our core, we share a destination. We're all journeying back to Him. We're all trying to return to our sender. This theme of yearning to return is not unique to Tisha B'Av or to Eicha. It's at the core of the concept of teshuvah, which we carry with us the entire year. The process of teshuvah is not one that is of change. It is really one of returning, uncovering the layers, getting rid of the mistakes, and returning to the person who we were meant to be all along, the person that Hashem created us as. So what does it mean to truly return? Like Mendel, we spend our lives searching for treasure of one form or another. And like Mendel, we often think that that treasure is somewhere far, far away. If only I had that treasure, then I'd finally feel complete. If only I made the team. If only I were more popular. If only I had more money. If only I were to travel to Vienna. Then I would find the treasure that I'm searching for. But the story of Mendel teaches us where the true treasure lies. The treasure is within us all along. The treasure of the journey of this world is connecting to the neshama, is connecting to the unique role, talents, gifts, and challenges that Hashem gave us, and using the fullness of our being to make this world a better place. More kindness, more goodness, more Torah, and more Kedusha. And that which is true on our personal level, on the process of personal teshuvah, it is true on a national level too. That is the depth of the prayer of Hashivenu. After 2,000 years of a painful galus, of a painful journey, we never forgot our dream. B'shuv Hashem eshivas Tzion hayinu kecholmim. Our dream to eventually return. And no matter the unimaginable challenges that we faced, we, the Jewish people, we never forgot who sent us. We never forgot the mission of our journey, and we never forgot where we're trying to return to. So this Wednesday night, as we sit on the floor, and as we come to the end of Eicha, to the pasuk of Hashivenu, let's pierce the heavens. Let's call out to Hashem with everything we have. Hashivenu Hashem Elecha. Bring us back. It's time for Hashem to take our envelope and stamp it with the words, return to sender. We're ready to come back to you. Bring us home. Everyone join together for one song, and then we will be dismissed to Kabbalah Shabbos.